Supplementary video on 3 questions to be asking when you should be giving up but you're not. This is yesterday's video. Let's talk about it. Roll it. Welcome back to another video where we've been exploring this whole idea on giving up and quitting. And yesterday I made a video on the 3 questions you should be asking if you're not giving up on that toxic person. And somebody told me you should make a more direct video on narcissism and make it a quick one. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Because I didn't really address the whole cluster's issues, and I'm going to focus it on narcissism. I'll come back to this topic again because I want to do a whole series on narcissists and how it all works and it's all put together and it's all craziness. But the idea is very simple. I want you to really understand that when you're dealing with a narcissist, and if this is you are dealing with a narcissist and you've gone out and researched it and you've figured out they are, or you've gone to your counselor, your psychiatrist, what have you, and you've realized you're dealing with a narcissist, there is no fixing them. There is no fixing them. In the series of the 3 questions, we need to make sure we address this. There is no fixing a narcissist. If the patterns are there, you will deal with the same thing over and over. Patterns do not change. And if you haven't noticed if there's patterns, well, a narcissist has patterns. They always do, and you will see those patterns happening. The idea here is that we need to get it through our mindset that we can't change what is occurring. We can't change the person. Once they take you off that pedestal, you're off that pedestal. You ain't coming back on that pedestal unless they want to put you back up there. They will work to make sure that you do whatever you can to achieve back onto that pedestal. But you're never gonna make it. In the process, you will end up destroying yourself 100%. If you are reading up on narcissism because you feel like you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you haven't gone to a professional to talk to it about, and you're researching it, research more, really dive into it. And I'll leave some links below of some good channels that really put a good picture of what a narcissist is, so that you can really see the reality of it. There's many different forms of narcissists that exist, and you might be dealing with something that is just toxic. And the idea here is that when we're dealing with somebody who's just toxic, yes, we need to help them if they're toxic to themselves because of something that's happened, something that, they couldn't control. They're going through something, we don't want to just abandon that person. But when they are in the cluster field, there's no fixing them. You're talking about something where psychiatrists don't even want to get involved with a narcissist. They can't help them. You are not going to be able to help them either, and you will fail trying, wasting your time, energy, and money. You'll waste away as a person. You'll lose who you are, your self-identity in that process. And I've made this video to supplement what I talked about yesterday about toxic people, because I wanted to make more of a distinction there and really address that. We don't want to be abandoning people. That hurts, and we want to make sure that we're giving up in a way where we understand this, and we're going through the quitting phase understanding this. If somebody really wants to change and they're toxic to themselves for any one reason, where whatever that may be, whether it is something that bad that has happened, or alcoholism, or any kind of substance abuse, or you name it, you still need to hold them accountable for what they're doing. You need to give them a timeline based on those expectations from question 2 that you're formulating. So really be careful with where you are at, because the idea of being a victim to a person of the narcissist cluster, that all those clusters that exist in there, it's a place of hell. It's hard to get out, and it's hard to come back to a normal state of being. So take your time through this process to really understand it, Go through the questions. Really research, grow from these questions into more things that will bring you to a place of being centered, where logic can start taking over. You can start seeing the real picture, and you can start moving in the right direction. My name is Nikos Rentos. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit that like button if you like what you see, and of course the subscribe button. And of course, share this with anybody out there dealing with something that you see a similarity and this might help them with. And of course, leave your comment below. Have you experienced this? Have you gone through this? How did it look? How did it work out? What would you have done differently? Because who knows, somebody might be dealing with this and you might help change